All right, we have a Firefly Inferno match. The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
What? That's a real
Yep.
thing?
That is a thing. I don't even know what it is. I don't know how we got here. I'm going to be honest. I missed this, I guess. I don't know what we named the Firefly Inferno match. I'm going to read this right off of WWE.com, right? All right, Orton and Wyatt are no stranger to the destructive flames as the Viper once sadistically burned down the Wyatt family compound. Last week, the Viper trapped Wyatt inside a burning box, but the Fiend emerged unscathed to punish Orton for his brutality. Now Orton will have to step inside the Fiend's twisted inferno, and he never forgets. So, I mean, hey, when we talked about the Cena Wyatt match, we didn't know what was about to happen, whatever they called that, right? What was that match called?
The Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so this could be something good.
But look, this.
Okay. This is the problem with WWE. They recycle and reproduce so often that we get the same thing redone a different way with new dressing on it. They did a match in a house.
Yeah, and I'm not even necessarily that upset that there's a Firefly Funhouse Inferno match. Okay, whatever. Gimmicks are gimmicks. You got to make casual fans perk up their eyebrows and be interested somehow. Okay, I get it, right? But not with Orton and Bray Wyatt. To your point, they did the fucking house match at WrestleMania. They did the goddamn spiders or bugs thing. And then
Bugs on the Ring match.
Bugs on the Ring match, right? And then Orton burnt down his house. It's like, hey man, Orton can't just always fuck up Bray Wyatt and ruin this character. Because honestly, once the house was burnt down, that was the end, more or less, of the Bray Wyatt character, and he had to reinvent himself to here. And now we haven't even done this for a year and a half, and is Orton just going to do it again?
I, for the life of me, don't understand if we have a TLC pay-per-view and a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, why we don't have a Bugs on the Ring pay-per-view.
I mean, mine as well, but...
What the fuck? I mean, it was so popular.
Yeah. Do that again, brother. It's just, I don't know. This makes me really sad.
The Fiend wins?
I hope. If the Fiend loses, you might as well fire Bray Wyatt because he can't do anything.
Got to reinvent a new one at that point, which he will. I have no doubt he'd find some, it might take him a year, but he seems to get it. But
well, what does Alexa Bliss do during this match? That's the interesting part. What does Alexa Bliss do?
Yeah, I still feel like we're going to get that down the road where Alexa Bliss was pulling the strings.
Well, is it here? Are they just going to rush it and have her do it here?
I mean, why not? If you're not going to do anything else where you're just stalling with Randy Orton, who else is the Fiend going to go after?
Again, less is more. In my book, less is more. Orange Cassidy, Inner Circle, Bray Wyatt.
Subtleties.
These characters are less or more. Yeah.
Subtleties. You can fit more storylines into the show if you give me a little bit of each storyline each show.
And you can fill the content of the time with tournament matches or matches that have stakes. This is for the number one contenders match. This is a title match.
Here's our weekly NXT guy gets a shot at, a veteran up here on the show, right?
Something. It's just
open challenge match, right? And you get some nobody. We were like, oh man, that game was good. See him on 205 Live.
Right. It's just, I'm so done with the gimmick matches between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. But for the sake of picking, for the hope of Bray Wyatt, I'm going Bray Wyatt.